What's up everyone, it's your boy Scott, and welcome to the Scott Report, and today we are here to talk about Mobile Suit Gundam: The Wish from Mercury episode 5, and last time we spoke I said I was a little bummed that we didn't seem to have Newtypes or Cyber Newtypes in this series, but I wasn't ready to give up on someone being enhanced or special if it wasn't going to be Eri herself. In this episode we get exactly that with Elan, who's actually called Enhanced Person 4, which is a nice callback to 4 from Zeta Gundam for the longtime Gundam fans, who was a new type on the opposing side, and also a love interest of the main character. And he also has green hair too, so if they're going for kind of a point-to-point or a callback to that character, you know where I'm going with this. I'll just leave it at that and let's see where it goes. But hats off to them for that homage, that throwback. It's a lot of comparisons there between 4 from Zeta Gundam and what we're seeing with Elan here. But back to the topic though. So Elan is a product of the Pale Technologies and the Three Houses, who are looking for a way to perfect the use of Gundams without the unethical method of the Gun Project and what it does to the body. Enhanced humans are created solely to pilot Gundams, and it appears that the Shinsei group and Lady Prospera may have found a way to do so with Suletta in a way that's unseen, and that's their main interest overall. But is it the person that's capable of surpassing these limits, or is it the Gundam aerial itself that's the solution to this overall? Because on one hand, everyone is just amazed at the technology that's within the aerial, and it's just unheard of from a low-class planet like Mercury. But at the same time, with the things that we've seen with Elan and the comparisons between how he operates and what he is as an enhanced being versus what we've seen with Eri and how she just almost seamlessly pilots the aerial and she has no residual pain or anything like that. It's interesting to see where they're going with this, because you know, it's just that thing in the back of the mind that I don't want to believe that Lady Prospera is evil, but at the same time I don't put it past her for Eri being some type of experiment or some type of project all along. And that's things that we will probably get into later that I can't wait to get into. This is unfortunate though, because Elan's interest in Suletta is only for the aerial and what it can do. On paper at least, I feel that he is still going to be part of our harem just in his own way. With him being the 4th of the enhanced humans, if there is a past or a normal life for him, if he isn't a clone that is, it was probably stripped away from him at a very young age or permanently so he can be used as a tool. Which makes sense as why he's called the Ice Prince. He may just not have the capability of showing any emotions, as we see that's his nickname. You know, the girls are all like, you know, he doesn't smile. I've never seen him smile. I've never seen him laugh. I've never seen him get angry. And now we know why that is. I also noticed he wondered about Suletta, asking if her face was borrowed from another. So I'm going to assume that he is a clone. There is room for growth here as a character to make him his own path, which seems to be the main focus of a lot of the cast in this series. It's just also gonna hurt when we get to know Elan at a better capacity than what we're being seen, when he starts to break out on his own, and he's gonna get taken away from us at some point, just when he begins to gain some independence and start to be a real boy, which will probably be later on in the series, and we start to get to the real type of Gundam, which we know that we're going to get to into this series. It's just going to hurt to see some of these people go, especially some of these people as my favorites. I don't know, maybe they will go in a different direction and surprise me and we won't lose anyone. I don't think that would be the case. But this is what Gundam does. Gundam gets you all in your feels and gets you caring for these characters, only for them to remind you that it's a war going on in the background. They're going to take them away. I'll try not to say that like every video, but I just can't help but doing it, because it's almost like every time, the longer that we go without knowing what's going to happen, the more my Gundam trauma kicks in. And you know, especially like the Tomino days where I'm just thinking this whole cast might be toast one day. But anyway, just getting back on Elan. Elan is scary in the suit, and at the top of the episode we see him easily defeat 3 people at once in a duel. He also has his own Gundam called the Faract. And poor Guel once again gets wrecked for the third time by funnels, and geez, we are 5 episodes in and this man's already lost 3 times, so that's pretty bad. But with each battle, his skills as a pilot only improves as he really is a monster. So when you take into consideration that he's losing to enhanced beings and Gundams using funnels, which are controlled by reflexes just like the Newtypes of old, which again something else I'm happy to see that they're doing in some capacity, all of his losses were against someone who may just straight up be a prodigy or some type of enhanced being like Suletta or Elan. So his skills are above average. He's just getting a tough break in these matches. Miorine was right to be cautious of Elan and his intentions for Suletta as well, even though it may have came off as her just being a little bit jealous. But when you really look at the core of it all, she does care for Suletta's well-being beyond just using her to escape, as she's put herself on the line to make sure that Suletta didn't get expelled or taken advantage of. And she knows these houses better than anyone because her father is, you know, the head honcho. So she knows overall these people don't have good intentions for her. So it's good to see her trying to fight for that as well. And this is also sad because she really thought she had a friend in Elan, and I'm positive he will be, even though he's coming off as cold, callous, and just an asshole, just straight up. In fact, that was why he had to battle with Guel, because Guel was like, wait a minute, what'd you do to her? Why is she crying? Let's fight. So I also the redemption arc that's coming for Guel, I want to see that as well. It's like they're giving us these things, they're drop feeding it to us, and when it all comes to head, I think it's really going to be nice. But now we have to look at Elan as an enemy for now, because him being a tool that's controlled by the Pale Technologies, his main goal right now, and especially once he got a chance to see what the aerial is and what it does, he wants to take what makes Ares special, and that's taking the Gundam aerial for himself. His conditions of victory for beating Guel was that his next battle would be against Suletta herself, and if he beats her, his prize will be the Gundam aerial. So with that condition in, it looks like for now we have our first good versus evil battle going into this series. Hopefully next week, I hope they dive right into that. If they don't, maybe they'll just do it like we've been seeing with the current episodes, where it'll be at the very end. Maybe we'll get a little bit more detail about what the enhanced human program is. But there was also one thing that was mentioned in the episode that was kind of glossed over, but I think it'll be a factor later. The young lady in the Earth house was reading Suletta's fortune, and she saw that she has a mother and no father, and we know why. But she also says she has a sibling, perhaps a brother even. Personally, I don't think she means Elan. We know her mom always said the aerial was her sister, but it does add a bit of mystery to things that we don't yet know about Suletta's past as Aerie and what transpired while she was growing up. Maybe Elan was onto something when he asked about her possibly being like him, or she has a long lost sibling we'll meet later in the story. So let's just keep that in our minds, because I'm pretty sure it's going to come up later. Wish for Mercury has been a slow burn, but it's been super entertaining so far. Although I am growing anxious to get out of the duel only battles we see each week in the school, I feel that we are approaching the halfway point of the first core, and we're probably not going to leave the school setting in this core, and we probably won't get outside of that until core 2 in the spring, which is fine if we're going to use that time to flesh out the relationships of the characters that we're seeing in the series. The blocks are definitely being built as we now see Suletta join the Earth house, and Mio and her making friends, and Mio making friends of the people of Earth and things like that as well. I do regret not making a video last week, by the way, and boy, Chuchu was the hands down MVP of last week, and she's my favorite character in this series because she straight up gets rough and stuff with her afro puffs. If you talk shit, you will get hit to this young lady. She will make you go night night. Subscribe by these doses of hands. Oh boy, that was satisfying to see her knock out those bullies last week. Because I didn't make a video, I wanted to talk about that because that just filled my heart with joy, and I want the Gundam guys to protect Chuchu. I hope we do not lose this precious being, because she has reasons as well. You know, she's doing this all for her people back at home. You know, she's telling the stories like, you know, these racist Spatians, you know, they tried me and I knocked her out. You know, I just like her energy. I like her as a character, and on top of her looking cool, she's a good character as well. Again, hands down my favorite. She was a star last week, and right now she's probably a star of the series with me as well. So she is not about to take this treatment from these racist Spacians, and she's going to be let it be known. And that's the type of friend you need. Everybody needs that friend that's just ready to pop off, even though you got to calm them down a little bit. And it looks like, for the very least, Chuchu has that mutual respect for Suletta as well, because, you know, she found out Suletta's dream is that she wants to, you know, make a school, and she can't really do that at Mercury because they're just like too light. So it's the connection there, it's the bond there. And I just needed to take that time to gush about Chuchu since I didn't get to last week. And that's it. That's all I wanted to talk about with this episode. So today's video is coming up to a wrap. I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here. Guys, definitely let me know what you think in the comments below. Old school Gundam heads, are you like me and excited to see Newtypes? Or are you expecting to see something different? I know they don't call them Newtypes, but come on, that's what they are. Even when Guel and Elan was having their battle and, you know, the funnels were going around, it really does remind me of old Gundam, and I'm glad that I was wrong that it can't be used by just anybody. It looks like it was something different that Guel was actually using, and the funnels that Elan and Ari are using are actually, like, you know, tied to their mind reflexes and their abilities. Anyway, that's enough. I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here. I know I've already said that, but as always, if you guys liked the video, go ahead and drop a like, and if you want to hear more, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and also be sure to hit the bell so you'll be notified when I drop my next video. And also, as I always say, you guys can be anywhere on YouTube right now, but you chose to listen to me. I really appreciate that, so thanks for stopping by. On that note, it's your boy Scott signing out. See you soon.